Well, dozens of candidates who ran for office in Louisville in May missed a deadline aimed at keeping voters better informed.
Investigator Travis Ragsdale and photojournalist Stuart Hammer explore how voters were kept in the dark about dozens of candidates.
What we are doing here is identifying and correcting what I think is a weakness in our current ethics laws.
These were changes to require some additional disclosures that are very consistent with other cities.
It should have been easy and straightforward. Louisville Metro government wanted to make more information about candidates running for office public. More specifically, the who, the what, and the when of each candidate's finances.
We had some pretty glaring weaknesses. For example, no requirement that sources of income be disclosed.
Metro Council thought it closed that loop back on March the 3rd.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
It gave all candidates until April 30th to fill out this form.
President James.
Yes.
It asks about sources of income, businesses the candidate is associated with, any previous business ventures with the city, and more.
Councilmember Benson.
Yes.
The idea was to give voters a better idea of how each candidate earned money.
Councilmember Flood.
Just one issue. Most of the candidates didn't fill them out.
Mr. President, you have 24 yes votes.
Thank you. The ordinance passes.
Well, I gotten really late, and so I'm still glad that I did it.
Skylar Grodick ran for Louisville mayor and didn't do so well.
I came in next to last, a solid 1% of the vote.
He was not aware this form was something he needed to fill out and file.
I was not. Yeah, you know, I follow a lot of Metro Council stuff, but to be honest, I missed that one, so I was completely unaware.
On May 2nd, WDRB requested the financial disclosure forms under the Kentucky Open Records Act, but there was no response. We followed up on May 10th. Then, the very next day, 71 candidates for Metro office received this email saying the forms were due on May 13th. The vote was on May 17th. The Ethics Commission, the office responsible for collecting the information, then decided to extend the deadline to 2 days after the election.
I think it was a Thursday or Friday. I needed it done by Monday or Tuesday. They wanted it notarized. The email just came out of the blue and was like, here's a bunch of financial information you need to disclose.
A representative from the Ethics Commission declined an interview with WDRB for this story, but said it took time to review the new rule. However, the commission is not required by the ordinance to notify candidates.
The whole point of that ordinance would be to inform people. So to have it about a week or so before the election to get that information out there, it's not a good process if people are going to even try to find it, which most people don't like to do a lot of research, but that probably makes it as hard as possible if they cared about that information.
The goal was to better inform voters before the election. Instead, voters didn't have access to this information for most candidates until after the election was already over. After WDRB raised the issue, council members now say the ordinance may need to be revisited to assign one specific office to inform candidates about the form.
I think it's important that we correct that, right? And so my suggestion or thought right now is that we go back and amend the ordinance and say that a particular body has the responsibility to notify candidates.
It can't be like a day turnaround.
If you have information about this story or any story you think our Investigates team should look into, you can call us or email us at investigate@wdrb.com or call us at 502-322-1297.